Hello and welcome to 1316 Trigonometry. I'm Professor Algio at Lone Star College, North Harris, and this is just kind of a video to welcome you and kind of show you around and make sure you have all the tools to get started. So we are supposed to meet in class tomorrow, Tuesday, August 31st at 10:30 at the Winship Building, room 156. And so we'll go over that. But to kind of get you started, though, what you need to do is go to class login. And I'm already logged in, so it took me to my D2L page. But you'll go ahead and use whatever credentials you have to log in so you can get to your personal page. And let's see, I've got all the different courses I'm teaching, but here's our course down here. I'll go ahead and click there. And most of everything you're going to need is located here in D2L. So I'm going to go ahead and click on content. So here we have handouts. And under handouts, you're going to have the syllabus, which we'll go over in just a minute. And then I have student registration handout, and that's for you to get your MyMathLab account set up. And that's where you'll complete your homework and exams. And so we'll go over that also. Then I have just a couple different documents that could be helpful for you. Rules for finding angles, the trigonometric identities, unit circle, and then a blank one so you can get some practice filling that out. And then along here I have our units. We have 4 units. And if you click on it, it kind of goes by week and kind of gives you an idea of what needs to get completed each week. And I'll go ahead and let's see. Go ahead and scroll down. And so after Unit 4, there actually is one more week of assignments. Just make sure we're kind of aware of that. And then our last week is just the final exam. And we'll take a closer look in just a second. But what I want to do now is first go over the syllabus, and then we can look at that a little bit closer. So the syllabus is there available. I already had it open. So here we are. And so we're meeting from 10:30 to 11:50, Winship room 154, only on Tuesdays. So this is a hybrid model. And so we don't have enough time to cover all the material in class. And so I have everything there for you in D2L. So really you could complete the course basically online. So the hybrid part of that is going to be, I'm going to be on campus available to answer questions, and also, I mean, I'm more than happy to do lectures. I just don't have enough time to do all of the lectures that are required for the course. So all I ask is when you come in on Tuesdays, just kind of have your questions ready. What do you need help on? And I'm more than happy to do whatever I can during that time. And then afterwards, I actually will have some office hours on campus from noon to 1 o'clock. Or you can ask to meet up on WebEx, maybe if that time doesn't work for you. Typically, students want to meet up because they're struggling with some questions, and so I'm going to show you in a little bit how you can contact me through MyMathLab, and there's a real simple way you can send me your questions, and I can answer them that way. And so I'll show that to you all in a little bit. So here is MyMathLab course ID, and this is also going to be located in the directions on how to register for it, and we'll go over that in a moment. Okay, the course objectives, I'm not going to read through this, but you can look through it, and if you have questions, let me know. Okay, so we are using the 12th edition here. Really, you don't need a physical copy. Okay, really all you need is the MyMathLab access, and with that, you'll get an online text. And for the most part, I've already got all the notes supplied and videos and stuff. So really, the book, don't get me wrong, the book is actually pretty good, but really we're going to be using it just for the platform to do homework and exams. So calculator, you could probably get away with a scientific calculator, but if you know that you're going to take other math courses beyond this one, it may be worth investing in a graphing calculator, but you can definitely get by with a scientific. But Graphing is just a little bit more user friendly, and you'll see in the videos I have, we typically use a graphing calculator. Um, and so you can actually, if you want to, you can go to this website right here and you can actually get a 90-day trial of a virtual graphing calculator. So if you wanted to, you could, I'll go ahead and open this link. If you go to downloads here, and you can see right here, you can get a 90-day software trial. And so you could try out the TI-84 or whatever, one of those graphing calculators, and it will be very similar to the one that you'll see in the videos, video lessons. Okay, assessment. That's probably the most important thing, right? How am I going to be assessed? Well, homework's going to make up 15%, and that'll be done in my math lab. And then there, once again, is my course ID for that. And then we do have quizzes. Now the quizzes, those are actually going to be in D2L, okay? And once again, I'll kind of show you how to do that also. The quizzes, there's typically about 3 or 4 for each unit. You can take the quizzes up to 10 times. So, and then I'll always take your highest score. So really you should be able to ace all the quizzes, and then I'll actually go ahead and drop your lowest 2 also. Okay, so the quizzes are kind of there to kind of make sure that you're staying on pace and you're, checking in every day on D2L and completing a little bit of your work. The quizzes are not super difficult, but it just kind of keeps you engaged. And so they're a little front heavy. There's more of them at the beginning of the course than the end of the course. And once again, the idea is just to try to get you in the habit of logging in each day and working away at this. We'll have 4 regular exams. The exams are going to be taken from the course practice sets and the videos, and really directly from your homework. You'll be given 2 hours to complete each exam. You are permitted to use your notes on the exam. I'm encouraging it. Please use your notes. That's a good skill to obtain, in preparing for an exam. Use your notes, okay? Refrain from using any other resources though. Okay, so you can use your notes, but please don't go beyond that. If it so happens that you are caught cheating, you will automatically receive a 0 on the assignment, and you may be dropped or given an F for the course. So let's just not do that. Let's just take advantage that we can use our notes and go from there. Now, since all the exams are open notes, that is a big advantage. And so since you have that advantage, I will not drop or replace your lowest test score. So make sure you're properly prepared for each exam. Okay, we can't blow it on one of these. And so there are reviews supplied for the exams. So just make sure you've got that and you're comfortable and you're prepared and ready to go. Then there will be a cumulative final exam at the end of the semester. And once again, this will be taken in my math lab also. Just want to give you a little bit more time. Not that I think you'll need it, to be honest. It is cumulative, but it's not really longer than any of the other exams. And so you get 2.5 hours for that one. And there'll be a review supplied for that also. And it will be obviously open notes again. So this will all be done on my math lab for your homework and your exams. So all that will be done online. Here's the grading breakdown. Should be pretty standard to what you're used to. Just be aware that a D is passing, but a D does not always transfer. Some universities accept it, but there are some that don't. So just kind of be aware of that. So basically we want to shoot for a C or better, just to be sure. Here are some important dates. So for the exams, you're given a window to take them, and you get a 5-day window for each one. And so you just need to take it anywhere between those dates. And once again, I'll kind of show that to you in a little bit, log in and show you. So students may be dropped from the course for one or more of the following reasons. If you score 0 on 2 or more exams, I mean, once you do that mathematically, it's going to be near impossible to pass the course. Absences, to be honest, with everything going on, I'm probably not going to be, I will take attendance, but I'm not going to enforce this one right now during the semester, okay? I would like you to be there and ask questions and be engaged, but I understand with everything going on, I'm not going to be enforcing that. And then my math lab student, now this is probably the most important one actually. You need to have access um, within the first 2 weeks. You need to have full access. So if you're waiting on funds, if you don't have money currently to pay for the access, you can get a 2-week trial. And so you need to make sure you get that set up because I don't want you to get behind, okay? So that's very important that we get that set up. Course withdrawal, if it turns out it may be in your best interest to drop, the last day to do that will be November 15th. If you have questions or concerns about that, feel free to ask me if what I think, if where you stand in the class or whatever may be the case. Okay, the Dean of Natural Science and Mathematics Division is going to be Ellen Trinell. This is her email address, her office phone number, and her office is in the Winship Room 115. So if there arises a situation that I cannot resolve for you, this would be your next person in line to speak with. Okay, this is the Lone Star College syllabus policies. This is pretty common for all syllabus, so I'm not going to go over this, but you can either click the link or scan the QR code to look at those. The main one I will point out is the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. If you have any accommodations, just please make sure I'm made aware of those so that I can honor those. And then right here, the North Harris Math syllabus information and resources. Once again, you can click the link or do the QR code. And this just gives you some information about our math division, and there's some videos. And the main thing is the Math Achievement Center and tutoring. That's where you can get some tutoring. There should be some in-person tutoring, but we also have a lot of virtual tutoring. And I'll go ahead and show that to you now. I'm going to go ahead and click on this link down here. And so here's the tutoring schedule, and we'll see if it's been updated. They have to update it each semester. So they still have the summer 2 listed. So that should be updated in the next couple days. They're probably still trying to put that together. But there are some face-to-face tutoring times that you'll find in here, okay? And then there's also, here they'll have a schedule for each day for virtual tutoring, so you can click on that. Once again, this is for the summer session. They'll get this updated soon. And so if you need some tutoring, let's see, Brenda right here. She has tutoring from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. virtually, and she tutors 13, 16, so you can do that. And so you would just click on her WebEx link, and it would take you to her room or whatever, her virtual room. And I do this also. I volunteer and tutor online. It's real simple. You just go in there and you can share screens so you can show what you're working on, and the tutor can help you out. The last thing was just the Lone Star COVID-19 prevention expectations and updates. There's just a web page where they kind of update what's going on. If anything really changes, I'll be reaching out to everybody anyways. I'll be emailing y'all if something were to happen, if they were gonna cancel the in-portion class part or something like that. All right, so let's see. That's the syllabus. Okay, so back to D2L. So everything really is in here. So let's look at a unit. So here's unit 1. So look, you already have a quiz right here, quiz 0. This is actually the orientation quiz. Now, most quizzes, or all the other quizzes, you get 10 attempts. On the orientation quiz, you only get 2 attempts. Okay, so just be aware of that. Just if you have the syllabus in front of you, you can answer all these questions really quickly. Okay, so they're just really making sure you understand how the course works. Okay, and so you have until September 3rd to take that. And so I believe that might be, that's Friday. So you have plenty of time to take it. It's very basic. It's just over the syllabus. And then here we go. We have section 1.1 after class. That's just some notes that you can look at if you'd like. Really the main ones you're probably going to want to focus on is the outline for the video, and then watch the video here. So these are the outline notes for the video, and then you watch the video here. And so like I said, do this before coming to class, and then come to class and bring your questions, okay? So that we can make sure we use that time wisely. Okay, and I'm more than happy to do some of these lessons if we need to, but we won't have time to do them all. So it's best if you watch the videos, come in with your questions, and we'll go from there. And so let's see, there's another quiz right here, quiz 1. Now that'll be your first basic real quiz where it's going to be asking you questions pertaining to the unit. And so that one's due September 6th, which I believe is probably a week from today. Yeah, Monday next week. And so let me see if I can click on it and go preview it so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So it's mostly multiple choice. I don't think it's all multiple choice, but a lot of it is. A lot of it's going to be multiple choice. And so perform the calculation. So right here, 90 degrees minus 17 degrees and 13, that stands for minutes right there. So once again, if you're not familiar with that, watch the lecture videos and you'll see what this topic's all about. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and exit from here. And you can see that the quiz, it's only 5 questions. Some of them are longer. I mean, they can be up to 10 questions or whatever, but usually they're going to be less than 10. All right, so I submitted my quiz, and all right, let me see. Okay, the last thing we need to go look at, so kind of give you an idea, or let me finish out this unit here, actually. Let's go to the 3rd week. So in the 3rd week, there you'll see the review right there. Exam 1 review, Exam 1 review solutions. So you have the review and you actually have the answers also, so you can check that. If you have a good grasp of the review, you're going to do fine on the exam. But I would also maybe review some of your homework, because that's where the questions are going to come directly from, is the homework. Don't get me wrong, the review, I would definitely look over the review, give you an idea of what to expect, but then maybe find similar questions in the homework so you'll know what to expect. So that's what leads me to our last part, is we're going to look at where you're going to do your homework and exams. We're going to do it in a program called MyMathLab. So let me go ahead and get back to that link. That's going to be under handouts. So under handouts right here, registration. And so this gives me a link to the website, and then it also tells me what my course ID code is, which is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of that. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. And if you already have an account from College Algebra, you can go ahead and sign into your account. And in the upper right-hand corner, there should be a button to click for Enroll in Course, and you can do it that way. If this is new to you, then you just go to Registration for a Student, click OK, and then you'll go ahead and put in the course ID, and you'll create an account. But if you already have an account, you can just log in and enroll in the course. Now, if you already have an account, or if you're creating an account, make sure you put your email that you're going to check most often, because I typically email students through MyMathLab, because a lot of times students will put their personal emails. You can put the school email, that's fine, but if you don't check it very often, you might miss out on some important information. So whenever you create an account, or if you already have an account, make sure the email address you have registered is something that you check fairly often. Now, when you get to the payment screen, it's going to ask you if you have a course code, which you can purchase from the bookstore. Now, Some of those may be on back order, so you'll want to look into that pretty soon if that's what you plan on doing, is purchasing it from the bookstore. The reason you would do that is maybe for financial aid purposes. Or you can purchase it directly. It's about $70 for the 18-week access. If you want longer access, it costs about $100. But you really only need 18 weeks. Now, I have been told that it may be possible to be reimbursed with your financial aid, even if you pay with your own personal, credit card or whatever. But you'll want to look into that because that's something I heard. I haven't verified it. And then the third option, you'll see a little link. It'll be about as big as the text you can see right here. And it'll be at the bottom of the page, and it will say, do you want to do a 2-week trial? And when you click on that, it'll say something, you have to do the agreement or whatever you agree, whatever for the software. And so if you go ahead and click that, you'll get a 2-week trial. And so what's important is, no matter what, get your account up and running so you can start working on the homework. And so the next part is going to be showing you what the Pearson site looks like. So let me do that. So here's mine. I'm going to log in, and I have quite a few of these because I teach multiple courses. Here's our 1316 trig. It's listed as online because I have everything basically that you'll need in here. And then here's our class right here. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, so when you log into your account, you'll just want to click on assignments here. And so I have the first unit of homework assigned. The exam's actually showing up too. I might need to adjust that. I think it shouldn't be showing up yet, but it is. And I need to change that to give you 2 hours. So I'll go ahead and fix that in a minute. But let's go ahead and see what the homework kind of looks like. So you just click on your homework assignment, and so we got 15 questions. A lot of these, you could probably answer real quickly. Some of them will take you longer. So right here it says select the correct choice that completes the sentence. 1 second written as 1 double prime is, and it's asking you what's the ratio of it as compared to a minute. Well, it's just, I know you haven't done this lesson yet, but it's similar to time, right? And so 1 second is equivalent to 1/60th of a minute. Now, we're talking about a degree, we're talking about the size of an angle, but it works the same way you would think of as time. And then it says final check. Here we go, next question. This time it says write this out in degrees and minutes. So right now it's written out in decimal form. Once again, you'll have to complete the lesson to figure this out. But let's see what happens if I put the wrong answer in. I'm just going to put something in that I know that's wrong. So check my answer. Oh, not correct. Kind of gives me a little direction on what I should be doing. Okay, let's try something different. Let's try that. Oh, incorrect again. So then on my third time it says final check. The last one was multiple choice, so on multiple choice they only really give you 1 chance. But if it's a free response, you're going to get 3 chances. Now I'm going to get it wrong again. Final check. Oh, I got it wrong. And then here they tell me what the correct answer is. It should have been 65 minutes and 9 minutes. I'm sorry, 65 degrees and 9 minutes right there. Yeah, that's what the single prime stands for. Okay, I can move on if I want to, but wait a second, I got it wrong. I want to get credit for that question. You can do similar question and you get to try it again. And if you get 5 chances at it before it marks it wrong and you can't get it correctly. So if you're doing this, try a couple of times, but if you've missed it 2 or 3 times, then you need to go ahead and, email me. If you click right here and click Ask My Instructor, it will email me directly and it will send me the question, and then I can send you back either a short description on what to do, or a lot of times I'll just make a video. I'll make a little 3 or 4 minute video and send it back explaining, how to approach the question, okay? So please use this. That's my job. That's what I'm here for. So email me your questions, but this is going to be the easiest way to do it, because if you email me directly and say, "Hey, I'm having troubles with number 4 on the homework," it's a lot, it's a lot harder for me to go in and look it up and figure out what you're talking about. If you send it directly to me using the ask my instructor, it makes it a lot easier on everybody. It emails it directly to me and I can get back to you a lot faster. Okay, even if I'm not at home, I can look at it and I could always send you back a quick message from my phone, even if I'm not home. So this is going to be the most efficient way for us to work together. Other things, by the way, that you might want to use or help me solve this. If you do this, they kind of walk you through it, but you don't get credit. It counts as one of your attempts. And so the one that students most prefer is view an example. So if you click view an example, it basically gives you an identical example. And a lot of times students like to just kind of look at it and follow it step by step and kind of work their problem at the same time. Just be careful when you do that, because a lot of times students will mimic what they see, but they're not really retaining anything. They're not really learning anything. So be careful. Just make sure when you're doing this, I mean, it's a good tool, but just make sure you're putting some thought into it and making sure that, oh, okay, I see why we did this or that, so that you actually understand, okay? I think that's really kind of about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that out. The other thing you might want to look at is the student grade book. That'll have an average of your grades in here. The only thing that won't, I'll update it every probably exam, is I'll update your quiz average, because your quizzes are done in D2L. But what I'll do is after each exam, I'll put that quiz average in there so that you know exactly what your grade is in the class, okay? And I guess one last thing, if you do want to go to the textbook actually really is pretty good. You can access it through here digitally. But I think for the most part, you should be in pretty good shape by using these outline notes and then the actual video links right here. They're really good. These videos are really good. So um, that's my advice: is go in, get as much of this done as you can, and then come in on Tuesdays and let's knock out wherever you're struggling, and I think you'll do quite well. So if you have any questions or concerns, don't wait. Send them to me now so we can get the ball rolling, okay? And so I'm looking forward to working with everybody, and once again, just contact me if you need something.